Hi everyone, CeeChronicles here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're joining us here for the very first time, what we do is a lot of fragrance reviews. I post 4 to 5 fragrance related videos per week, but I do have other content which is vlogs and story times just to make, this channel exciting. So if that sounds like something that, interests you, please consider joining this channel by subscribing. I'd appreciate it if you became part of the family. And to those who are returning, thank you so much for the continued support, rallying behind and staying with this channel and making it what it is today. Now, welcome to a list of Lattafa and Maison Alhambra fragrances that I feel are ideal for summer. So these are summer safe, and most of them are a no oud zone kind of presentation. So if you are into the Lattafa fragrances, and like some people do not like the way most of them end up turning woodsy and oudy, and you like the freshies, then from this collection you are likely to pick a few that you can add to your collection. Now the very first one, guys, is going to be Lattafa's Deep. While I was planning to make this video, I actually sprayed this fragrance, and my daughter walked in and she was like, what's that's smelling so nice? And I said, it is a Lattafa. This is Lattafa Deep. In case you're seeing this bottle for the first time, I have a full review of it on the channel. It is a warm, spicy, lightly woody scent. Okay, there is a light woodiness to this scent, but it's not the woods that take center stage. It is a complex and unique juice, to say the least. This is going to surprise you if you haven't smelled this fragrance. This is one that I'll definitely recommend. It's one that comes in that big book that looks like a Bible, and it's tucked in there. It's fresh, it's warm, it's sweet and sour, and to top it off, it's summery. So if you haven't gotten your nose on this one, guys, then you may want to check it out, and that is our number one. Now the second fragrance on this list is Ansam Silver. When I purchased this fragrance, immediately after reviewing it, you guys were plugging me onto the maroon one, and I was just thinking to myself, why did I pick this one? Okay, but long term it did not disappoint. It is a summery scent. Okay, this is the bottle, in case I didn't give it a close-up. It's a summery scent. I have a subscriber that came onto the channel and they said it is very close to a Zara Wanted, for men. I actually forgot to ask them which one, because I think a Zara Wanted has got the night and it's got the regular one, and if I'm not mistaken, there's another one called Most Wanted, but I'm not sure, whether that is the case, because I wasn't able to liken this one to anything. All I can say, guys, is it's an aromatic, spicy, citrusy scent with a lavender there in the forefront. So you've got to love lavender to enjoy this one. Also has like a ginger there, a spicy ginger as well there, nice and airy, and has a lasting power to match. So Lattafa Ansam Silver is on our number 2. If I didn't mention, I'm alternating between Lattafa and Maison Alhambra, and by the way, these two houses are one and the same thing. Maison Alhambra is a subsidiary of Lattafa. So this is a Lavoi, an obvious dupe for A Money My Way. It is here, guys, because again, it gives me a fizzy, effervescent kind of feel. It is a triple dose of white florals with that tuberose, doing the most. So you probably have to like, tuberose scents to kind of appreciate, Lavoi. It is sweet. It is also citrusy, and it's one fragrance that turns a bit fizzy in the sun, and it is one that I think, would be lovely for summer days. So our number 3 is going to be Lavoi by Maison Alhambra. Now, the fourth fragrance on this list, guys, is going to be a fragrance that will appeal to a lot of people that like their fragrances in the background. I think I can class this as the top 3, or maybe to be safe, because Lattafa is always making fragrances, I think I'll class it as the top 5 lightest Lattafa in my collection. This fragrance is going to give you a feel of water. It's called Mahajan Silver, and it is a dupe of Creed's Silver Mountain Water. So it is a fragrance, guys, that is genderless. to my nose, but very light. It has a freshness, a spiciness to it there, a touch of green, those citruses that make it work in the sun, you know, hints of fruitiness as well, but a very light composition, if you will, compared to most Lattafas, like I did say. But this makes an ideal scent for if you're a frontline worker, if you don't like your fragrance to make noise, if you're under the weather, you're fluey, you just want a light fragrance, then definitely want to, you know, consider adding to your collection is going to be Lattafa Pride's Mahajan Silver. The next fragrance, guys, is a sweet, fruity cocktail. This is a fruit bomb. This is like somebody going into the garden and picking raspberries, berries, a lot of berries. You know, it's a fruit juice punch. It just feels like a lot of berries put in there and presented to you, okay? It is Maison Alhambra's rendition or attempt at Angel Nova. It's a sweet, bright raspberry scent. It does have that lychee though, okay? Lychee, of course, weighs in there to give it like a more of a juicy weight to it. But on its own, I think even minus the lychee, this would have just, you know, given the same vibes. It is very fruity, forward, very youthful and bright. But the brightness in this fragrance, and as much as I've said, it's a youthful, makes this one cross over to, you know, a fragrance that can be worn by mature people without coming across as childish. So I'm just going to point out that in case, you know, by saying youthful, it then puts off some of you guys there. It doesn't feel dated, if you will, or if you know, if you've smelled the Angel line or whatever, because this one is duping Angel Nova, you know, you will know that Angel Nova distances itself from the original Angel, from the original Angel Muse. So our number 5, guys, was Maison Alhambra's Alive Now. The next fragrance on this list is from Lattafa, and this is one of those fragrances that I did class as a challenging scent. Though it is challenging, it's going to be a fragrance that is going to work for frontline workers. A fragrance that is going to work for you if you're under the weather. A fragrance that, again, is going to be ideal for summer, because this fragrance is not trying to do too much. It is there, to me, comes across as a very ideal layering scent, if you will, because this fragrance is talking, but not really talking, okay? It's not a fragrance that you're going to reek of it, you know, even if you oversprayed. It just gives me like a DNA that is guarded, okay? And it's also one fragrance that works with skin chemistry. So what I'm saying now might not be the case for you if you have it, because it's a fragrance that you're going to spray on your skin or even on your clothes. It interprets to the olfactory senses different from person to person. I know that because I've tested it, you know, around the house. The kids have tested it and they've also come up with their own, you know, feel. But what I can say is, to me, it comes across as sweet and sour, ideal for summer and a bit challenging. So sitting on number 6 is Safwan Luthri Musk. The next fragrance on this list, guys, is a light white and yellow floral. This is by Maison Alhambra, and it's Kismet for Women. This is duping Killian's Good Girl Gone Bad. It has hints of creaminess there if you search for them. Otherwise, if you don't, what you're going to get here is an obvious greenness, okay? It is a fragrance that is soft. The presentation in itself is delicate, so it comes across as very soft, but it is complex in its softness. And I'm not saying this because it's duping a Killian. I'm just saying that is what I get from this one. I don't have the Good Girl Gone Bad side by side, so I'm not trying to say, oh, this one is like this because that one is like that. I get a soft, subtle, delicate presentation here. I get citruses here. I get a bit of a creaminess there, together with a sourness. It is just a fragrance that is doing its own thing, a bit complex there. So it's also going to be one that's not going to be, you know, for everyone. So I wouldn't class Kismet for Women as a fragrance that is blind buy safe in case you want to gift somebody. It is a fragrance that you maybe want to put your nose on first before you do. But yes, it's sitting on our number 7 as an ideal summer scent, and it's Kismet for Women by Maison Alhambra. The next fragrance, guys, on our summer recommendations is going to be Kashabi, and this is by Lattafa. This fragrance, let me just spray it again to remind myself. Yeah, to me, this is a woodsy citrus, okay? But let me say a bit woodsy, because when you say woodsy with these Lattafas, it may be a put off for some. This is a light woodsy scent with the white florals there. Something in this fragrance feels like a grassy vetiver, okay? And that makes it lean more masculine than it does feminine, but I wear mine. This is not a fragrance that is too much or that would be classed as ultra masculine. It is a fragrance that I can pull off. It is overall a beautiful scent, a touch of sourness as well there. And because it is a light presentation of everything, a fragrance that comes alive in the sun, that is the reason why I chose to put Kashabi on our number 8 most ideal summer scents from Lattafa. Number 9, guys, is going to be Maison Alhambra's Panta. Okay, it is here because it is befitting as a summer scent. This is a Maison Alhambra's take on Paco Rabanne's Phantom for men. We reviewed it maybe 2.5 weeks ago. Okay, when I did the review for this fragrance, I did say yes, the DNA didn't wow me. Yes, the DNA felt like it's an overly done DNA, if you will. Kind of like your typical designer scent. But I would say, if you're one person who's always been intrigued, wanting to know what that robotic fragrance, that original Paco Rabanne's Phantom smells like, the men's one, then this would be a definite, great step to testing that fragrance. This is Panta, and of course we know Maison Alhambra is a dupe house. This fragrance in itself is a lavender forward scent. It's a bit fruity, it's a lemony, it's zesty. It has an apple juice feel and a sweetness there of a vanilla. So if you want to try this fragrance, you can. I also did mention in my review, I'm not spraying it now because my scent bubble is still smelling of Kashabi, but I did say in the full review that I gave for this video that I do get undertones of like a coconutty, like a milky thing. Definitely another summer recommendation here from Maison Alhambra is going to be Panta for men. Now, the next fragrance on the list, guys, is going to be Iman. This, to me, is not a personal favorite. Reason being, in as much as it's a summer scent, it's a very floral forward scent. So for you to appreciate and love this fragrance, you've got to be the sort of person that loves their florals. It's reminiscent to Elisa Bleu Royal. And if you know that fragrance, you will know that it is a bit floral forward. There is a mixture of everything here. There is also a blackberry here, but it doesn't do the most. You just get it a little bit in the opening, and then after that, it just becomes a linear floral forward scent that can be a little bit heady for some, but it's definitely one that will, do the talking in the heat. So Lattafa's Iman is sitting on our number 10. The next fragrance, guys, is one of the old ones in my collection. I've had this one, I think, since 2018, if I'm not mistaken. This is Lattafa's Alder Al Maknoon. There is a black one. I believe the black one is more popular than this one, but I just didn't buy it because, if I'm not mistaken, that is another take on Creed Aventus. And guys, we've had a lot of Creed Aventus dupes. Okay, Alder Al Maknoon is a sour citrus. It is aromatic. It has a bit of some woods there, wafts of incense as well. So there is a little twist there. But in as much as it has those wafts of incense, it manages to keep everything light. So it's going to be a concoction that is ideal for summer because of its lighter take on everything. It has oriental spices there and some nutmeg as well that gives it a slight masculine appeal to it, but of course women can wear it as long as you like, your lemony, bergamot, citrusy, sour forward scents. So sitting on number 11 is going to be Lattafa's Alder Al Maknoon. Number 12 on our list, guys, is a new fragrance. The review for this one is fairly new as well. I posted it a few days ago. This is Lattafa's Tawil, okay? Lattafa's Tawil, I'm going to have to spray this one. I think the Kashabi is now toning down. Let's just spray it a little. Now, this fragrance is supposed to be inspired by, some of these names sometimes escape me when I come here. I mean, I've spoken of a lot of fragrances. This one is supposed to be inspired by Ganymede, okay? I don't have Ganymede to compare, but what I did say was when I went to Dubai Perfume Cafe, when I was doing the Dubai series, I did smell a dupe of Ganymede that was created by Paris Corner, and it kind of smelled like this, okay? This is an ozonic, aquatic, metallic scent with mineral notes there, and a touch of florals and nuances of leather. Unfortunately, it doesn't wow me, okay? It doesn't wow me because I was expecting a lot. All I can say is an easy reach summer scent that anyone can purchase. It is blind buy safe. It has a DNA that is likable. So if you were thinking of purchasing this fragrance, absolutely so. I think it would work a lot better in the heat than it would in the in cold weather. So that is why it is here, Lattafa Tawil. The next fragrance, guys, is this one, and this is Al Noble Sophia. Okay, there's 3 in this line. We have done a full review of all 3. You can head over to my playlist and go under Lattafa dupes. I have grouped them like that. You will see Lattafa dupes, you will see Maison Alhambra dupes. All the houses, I've grouped them accordingly, so you can just go on my playlist, click play, sit back, relax, and watch the whole thing. Lattafa's Sophia, guys, is your citrusy forward scent. I get wafts of what feels like Guerlain's Le Frenchy in this fragrance. It has a very realistic, effervescent, bright, lightly sweet, lightly spicy citrus. You will carry a scent bubble that is almost identical to Le Frenchy, but of course this was not created duping Le Frenchy, but I'm just saying because I have smelled like Le Frenchy before, it gives me those vibes. And if that helps, make you make a decision, then you may want to purchase this one. But overall, you're going to be in that citrusy bubble, and it has a decent lasting power as well. So sitting at our number 13 is Al Noble Sophia. Please do remember to subscribe if you haven't already. I would appreciate if you joined this family. Now, sitting at our number 14, I think. So this is Narcotic Flower, and it's by Maison Alhambra. Now this one, guys, in as much as it's subtle, is a very lively scent. It has a gentle presentation of everything. It gives me femme fatale. It gives me classy. This is florals with a touch up of tropicalness. Where this tropical feel comes from is from the lychee and something that feels like peach, little bit of what feels like rhubarb, and these fruits just open up, in the heat, making what is supposed to be a fragrance that just gives this sophisticated aura around you. Beautiful scent overally, leaning femme fatale, if you will. Very, very luxurious, feeling to the nose. So absolutely a recommendation there. On our number 14 is Maison Alhambra's Narcotic Flower. Next on our list, guys, is a fragrance I did rave about a little. This is Lattafa's Shard. Lattafa Shard is a fragrance I decided to wear today, actually, because I thought, I haven't used this one in a long time. This one is a white and yellow floral. It gives you a juicy feel, touch of tropicalness as well, warm and very cozy scent. In as much as it does have that softness, it does come across as a fragrance that if you overdid it, this might either bother you or the people around you. But it is elegant enough, and I feel it is also one fragrance that does give you more lasting power if you wore it in the heat than if you wore it in cold weather. So Lattafa Shard is one fragrance that I thought to add to this list. The next fragrance here has been in my collection again, I think for 2 years or 1.5 years, and this is Elite Just White. This is an out of the shower kind of fragrance. This one is inspired by Lacoste Blanc. It also has a bottle that is kind of shaped in a squarish, kind of thing like this. So yeah, Elite Just White is here because it has a sour grapefruit. It has a light minty rosemary. So it's going to have a little bit of some herbalness to it there. Unisex as well, moderate longevity, great for the heat. And that is why it is here. So sitting on number 16 is going to be Elite Just White. The next fragrance on this list is going to be Kismet for men. Now, this fragrance been around the block. A lot of people know it. Nothing new here. But in case you're seeing this fragrance for the very first time, this is a warm, fresh, spicy, earthy scent. It has like a touch of greenness to it there. I put it here because it's a versatile, kind of scent. You can wear this from January to December. Why I personally wear mine in summer than in winter is it has that subtleness there that is not trying to do too much. It's gonna wrap you around in elegance. and it is a unique, concoction in itself. So sitting on our number 17 is Kismet for Men by Maison Alhambra. Now the next fragrance, which is second from last in our list, is going to be this one. This is Mahia Legacy, and it is also a 2023 composition. This is a Perfumes de Marly Sedley dupe. Okay, so if you wanted to get your nose on that one and maybe the price scares you off, then this is a good alternative. This is an aromatic, fresh, green, spicy, citrusy scent. Has mandarin orange and bergamot there, as well as some grapefruit, so it's gonna have a triple dose of those citruses. Amidst this upbeat mixture of citruses, it has a light minty tone to it there, making it an absolute ideal scent for the summer. So it is a nice fresh one from Lattafa as well, and I thought to add it to this list, and it's Mahia Legacy. Now guys, we are on to our very last one, and this is going to tick the boxes for those who like to smell tropical during the summer. This is a tropical scent, guys. This is Lattafa's Sakina. Now Sakina is going to give you fruit juice vibes. It's going to give you tropical vibes. There is passion fruit in here doing the most, and that passion fruit is joined by a raspberry, a toffee, a caramel, yummy. And it also has ozonic, notes in there, as well as some sea salt. It's going to have like a salty undertone to it. Nothing, again, like the traditional Lattafas, which is why it is here. Reminds me of the holidays and great for the summer. So that was our number 19, guys, Lattafa Sakina. So that's a wrap, guys. Those were recommendations from the house of Lattafa as well as the house of Maison Alhambra. If you were looking for a summer appropriate scent, I do hope you found something of interest in the 19. If by coincidence you happen to own 1 or 2 or 5 or 7 or all of the ones I spoke about, guys, I'd love to know in the comment section what you think of the ones you own, and of any other ones that I might not have had in this video. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. Do turn on post notifications, guys. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. I hope you have subscribed. If not, then why not? Like and share this video, and remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.